Hi everyone, this is Howard. You're tuning in to Millennial Monday. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our page and channel if you haven't done so. And today with us, we have the beautiful Joyce.
Hi everyone. Hi. Just a little bit about myself. My name is Joyce Uy. I'm actually the marketing and branding director for New Body, and it's a pleasure to be here today.
Thank you so much for spending your time here with us. We're going to talk about the double whammy effect of the Industry Revolution 4.0 and also COVID-19 on retail businesses. Let's go to the first question, right? So New Body has gone digital for a while now. You've been online. You have your online store for some years now, right? Were you at the initial stage of starting up the e-commerce site?
Fortunately enough, I was there at the very initial stage, but there were a lot of growing pains for that matter, because when we actually started venturing into e-commerce, I would say that e-commerce wasn't something very popular. We actually don't even have, if I'm not mistaken, Zalora, Lazada were either just at the starting point or they weren't even there yet. So we at New Body, I would say that we are actually quite at the forefront of e-commerce in that sense. But as compared to now, starting out with e-commerce back then, 7-8 years ago, it was actually quite difficult because no one had much expertise per se about how to actually manage an online store. How do you actually run it? So, but in terms, I'm also very fortunate because that means that we have a lot of years of experience and to prepare ourselves for this pandemic, which no matter what is still unexpected. But very thankful for the 7-8 years of experience we have, and this is why also during the lockdown, thank goodness we had the online store to help us survive, help with our cash flow for a bit.
Right, that's good.
um,
Such a
yeah.
visionary.
I now when I think back, I'm like, why did we actually decided to go online? Because as this got to do also with the nature of our business. Because for New Body, we are actually a lingerie company. So at that time, actually doing lingerie online is not popular at all, because especially with New Body, the nature of our business, we're actually a company that prides ourselves a lot for fitting women with the right size bra. So I remember that when we first started off online, we had a lot of people coming and ask us, like, you're actually going against your company's vision and mission. You always say that, like personalized fitting, getting the right size for women is so important. Then here you are starting an online store where there's 0 touch points. You just want people to go on your online store and just make the purchase so that you can increase your sales, increase your profits. But for us, we didn't view it that way. So when we actually started our online store, it's actually to provide convenience. At that time, you see, we already thought about convenience. It's also because we also know that we didn't have the capacity to open retail stores nationwide. Like as much as we like to, we always need to select and pick our retail stores or which retail malls we would actually want to venture in, because at the end of the day, retail is a very capital intensive business. And at New Body, we are an SME. We are not like a corporate company. Unfortunately, we do not have huge cash flow backing us. So everything we always say is earn through a lot of hard work and hard labor in that sense.
What do you think is happening to the nature of retail business over this course of time? And would you think COVID-19 is the final nail to the coffin for physical shops?
Okay, then let me ask you a question then. For yourself, having gone through the lockdown and everything, do you miss going out?
Definitely.
Do you miss going out? Yeah, so that's the exact point. I wouldn't say I'm 100% confident, but I'm 99% sure that retail, no matter what, it will not die. Definitely, COVID-19 has had a great impact on the entire industry, including us. We are taking the hit very hard. And one reason is also because brick and mortar stores have already been facing an uphill battle even before the pandemic, because customers, we can definitely see a shift in customers within the recent 2 to 3 years, where a lot of attention span is being spent online now. the main thing that retail stores we need to consider now, hey, you know, we are the ones that have to pay very, very high rental. You know, we are being something that's not very nice to say, we are being burdened with very high rental, very, very high fixed cost. Our inventory 不是开玩笑的 yeah, you know, it's no joke when you look at our inventories. And so I guess there are a lot of decisions to make. Whether or not it's the final nail to the coffin, it depends on individual business about how you actually pivot through. How do you actually manage your supply chain decisions? How do you actually transition your customers to offline to online, or how do you even create an omni-channel experience? How do you focus a lot on customer service that make customers miss you so much that they want to go to the retail stores to visit you? So all in all, at the end of the day, I would say that retail is definitely here to stay. It's just that how many retail stores would actually manage to stay through this period, that's another question.
Previous to this conversation, you also mentioned that online shopping was a thing when the first lockdown was introduced in March, and it has slowly, minimized over the time, the trend. What do you think about that?
I would say that why has online basket size or online sales in this sense have sort of dipped a bit? I would say mainly it's also because people are starting to realize that COVID is probably not something that's going to go away anytime soon. So with so much uncertainty in the market, people are pulling a plug on having to spend unnecessarily. Even with sales going on, discounts, mega promos going on, people are definitely spending a lot lesser.
How is the overall landscape of retail business? Like, especially when you mentioned that, a brick and mortar business is very heavy capital business game.
Actually, it boils down to just two things: customers and data. And I would say that if retail are able to do these two things very well, we would be able to pivot through. So let me give an example on data. At the end of the day, how do you know what products to launch? Last time, it might be offering a wide variety of product. In Mandarin, we say, 越多 product 越好. Yeah, the more products we have, the more product varieties we have, the more customers would want to buy with us. But now it might no longer be the case. Retailers, we actually need to see and make smart decisions about what are the products that would sort of like customers would want to buy, rather than just launching different kind of products and sort of having our stockpiling just go higher and higher and higher. So in this sense, then data is very important, because then from data we can see what are the sizes that sells out the fastest, what are our slow moving stocks, what are our fast moving stocks, what are the colors that customers like, when do customers actually buy more. Let's say now that we are facing a lower basket size, so in terms of lower basket size, how many % lower are we looking at? So is it that our price previously is too expensive? Is there anything that we can compromise then to bring down the price? These are the kind of things that it's very important for retailers to see. And aside from data, then the next thing that we have to see is customers. Okay, so and how do we offer this kind of new experience to customers? First thing, we have to definitely look at the omni-channel strategy. Okay, so I would say that the new retail landscape, of course, omni-channel is something that we have always been talking about, but I would say talk is just talk lah. We have not actually think about how really to implement that omni-channel strategy, but now it's sort of like it's a must already. It's no longer like a wait and see. I can implement a bit, I don't implement a bit. Now we need to think about how to go full-fledged omni-channel. In terms of that, I would say that the mindset needs to be about how to offer a seamless and consistent experience throughout all our channels. We can no longer, use offline and online as a competition between each other, like who is performing better, then we focus on who. Now we need to integrate the two of them. We need to, and having said that, it's actually easier than done, is because traditional businesses, we have always been too focused offline, and hence the entire organizational culture has always been the organization culture, the employees, the team members have always been too focused offline. having said that, then is what I said, omni-channel strategy is one. Shift in organizational culture. Third thing, of course, like what I said, customer experience. And how do we focus on customer experience? Firstly, prioritize on health and safety. That I would say is the bottom, is the very minimal that a brand needs to do in retail now. There's no longer saying that, I have been operating on cash mode for the longest time, so I don't want to implement whatever credit card system. I don't want to implement contactless payments. I would say that kind of mindset is, we need to throw it out the window already, because now it's need to see about, okay, how do I make my customers feel safe? How do I make my own employees, my own team members, my own family members to feel safe when shopping in a retail mall or even in a retail shop? And basic things like, desanitizing of our products after each use, sanitizing the stores every 1 hour. These are the kind of measures that need to implement. It's no longer a nice to have, it's really a need to have already.
Oh, cool. Thank you so much, Joyce, for sharing your time with us. It's been such a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. It has, it has been a pleasure speaking with you and even catching up with you. Yeah.
So thank you all as well for watching this. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to our page and channel, and also check out New Body. And like Joyce said, get your lingeries. All right, with that, we'll see you next time.
Thank you everyone.
Bye.
Thanks. See you. Bye-bye.